This is a map. This is a map of Beijing subway. And this is a map of where I'm from, Montreal. I mean, you can't even compare both. Chinese people are no joke. I mean, come on, Canada, get your shit together. Beijing was created in 1971 as Montreal was created in 1966. The difference between both is that Montreal is 69 kilometers, while Beijing is 724 kilometers. It's pretty impressive what they've done in all these years. But if you ask me, since I've lived in both, I can tell you that I equally hate both transit system. And I probably hate Beijing's even more because it's big and it's insane, and you can walk a good 20 minutes just to connect to the next line. And it's always, well, it depends on what time, but in the morning and during rush hour, forget it, it's crazy. But, you have so many people all the time, and you're getting pushed, and sometimes you have lines and lines and lines, and you cannot get in. And even if you want to get a taxi or a bike, just to, maybe sometimes the transit is 5 minutes, you won't get there. It's impossible. That's why you have to try to leave a little bit earlier, or do like me, just walk. That's what I did a lot of the times. This is where I live, Dongzhimen. I lived around the Second Ring Road. And this is something that you need to know if you ever go in China, because that's how people talk. They talk in terms of Second Ring Road. Dongzhimen is the second metro line that was ever created. And Dongzhimen, actually means East Straight Gate. Beijing, before or around the Forbidden City, used to be a fortified city. It used to look a little bit like this. And this is what it looks like now today. I mean, it doesn't have the glory of its yesteryear. And to be honest, I walked in front of this building so many times past my house, and I never knew what it was. And I just learned that it's a petroleum company. But anyways, I thought a student who was in charge with the project to destroy all the historical walls, and she told me that she regretted it. All these old landmarks are gone, and it's just a new place for something like that, or the mall next to my house, Raffles City. I have to say, I did love my mall a lot. I was next to my house, and the subway entrance is over there. I would cut in, walk here, and where there's this Costa coffee here, I used to exit and go outside. It saved me so much during the winter. And this is where I went shopping for clothes like Zara or H&M or even Uniqlo. It's a really good mall. Everybody loves that mall. Well, it's not the best mall, but it's a really nice mall that is close to my house, but it will never be prettier than the old fortified walls built in the 1400s. Can you believe they destroyed something that was built in the 1400s? And it was destroyed actually to construct the Second Ring Road, which again is where I live. And if you look at a map, Beijing is like that. It's made into ring roads. So, let me type it in. Beijing. So funny, it has all the little memories in there. So if you look at Beijing, you can see like there's ring road, there's like circles around Beijing. And the further circle, the less you're going to have friends if you live there, especially if you're a foreigner. Nobody's going to come and see you. So here, this is the Second Ring Road. This is where I lived. And then there's the Third Ring Road. If you live outside the third, no one's coming to see you. It's just far. And the first, if you have questions about that, well, it would be somewhere like the center is Tiananmen Square. It's where the Forbidden City is. That's the center. So anything inside is really the first ring road. Although there is nothing, but if you look at it, it would be something like this, maybe, it would be this. So this is how Beijing is pretty much divided. But anyways, this is not about where I live today. This is not the fun part of living in China are a few things. It's cheap, it has great apps, and travel is super easy and again, cheap. But you can get caught up in work and parties. Oh well, we'll talk about the parties later, but now it's about me trying to get to Xi'an. Have you ever heard about this city? Probably not. But maybe you, I mean, I'm sure you certainly heard about the Terracotta Soldiers. And those I can't say it properly. These Terracotta Soldiers are in Xi'an. And I wanted to go. I had been in this country long enough to know that it was time. It was part of my bucket list after all. So I did what I usually do and decided to go alone. The thing about traveling in groups is that you have to wait for everyone. And I was hanging out with a bunch of expats who would plan, and the resolve would die after Thursday's hangover. Yeah, we started Thursdays and stopped on Sundays. Drunks forever. I don't know, you just get caught up. Yep, we started on Thursdays and stopped on Sundays. Drunks forever. Monday's plans were thrown in the trash by Friday. By Friday's sobering up brunch. I still miss the Orchid. Oh my god, this restaurant was amazing. It was just this brunch place that we used to always go. And we'd start with the two of us, or I'd always call Gene and tell him, okay, let's go to the Orchid. And then one person would wake up from their hangover. They'd come maybe 45 to an hour later, and so on and etc. And we'd always have to order more food because, well, that's what you do. And they close at 2:30, so we'd always send a decoy before 2:30 so we could actually get some food because you can't miss the food at the Orchid. It's amazing. This place is so difficult to find. So many times I had to like go down a Hutong alley just to find the person because it's really difficult to find, but it is delicious, it's good, and it's well worth it. But anyways, so the day I packed to go to Xi'an, right? I didn't even know that I wasn't supposed to make it.